if you were to buy one slice, not a whole 12 serving, one slice of gluten-free cheesecake at the Cheesecake Factory, and they don't make a dairy-free one, it's $10.50. So granted, for one piece of cheesecake.
What the heck?
Set that there for a minute. See, no wiggle in there at all. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making a cheesecake. So preheat your oven to 400 and let's get started. Hello. Cheesecake happens to be the favorite birthday treat of someone who has a birthday this month, so I needed to figure out how to make a non-dairy, gluten-free cheesecake that actually tasted good and had a reasonably similar texture. So this is my closest estimation to that. First thing we need is our springform pan, and I'm going to line it with parchment paper. I'm going to use 2 pieces and crisscross them. And that we want it to just like stand straight up, so it will fold over and crinkle around the bottom and then go straight up the sides. All pressed down in there. Beautiful. And then to my stand mixer, I'm going to start with my cream cheese. Now, I've tried this with several different brands of cream cheese. I've used tofu. I think that the VioLife brand non-dairy cream cheese gives it the best texture and it has the mildest flavor. So I'm using 4 packages. While that seems like a lot, and cream cheese, non-dairy cream cheese is more expensive than regular cream cheese, I did a little checking, and if you were to buy one slice, not a whole 12 serving, one slice of gluten-free cheesecake at the Cheesecake Factory, and they don't make a dairy-free one, it's $10.50. So granted, for one piece of cheesecake.
What the heck?
So if you put it in perspective of that, this is a way better alternative, and I can actually eat it. And I know that it's gluten-free, and I know that it hasn't been cross-contaminated in the kitchen. So yes, it is a little bit of an investment to make a non-dairy, non-gluten cheesecake.
I'm still stuck on the $10.50 a piece.
But it's still
That's insane.
A reasonable alternative to buying a already made cheesecake. It's more expensive than the traditional no allergy version, but it's so much cheaper than buying it.
How much is their just normal cheesecake?
$10.50.
So whether
a slice of
whether
cheesecake,
it's gluten-free or not, it's $10.50.
It's $10.50.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I bought my cream cheese on sale. I could have bought 2 slices of cheesecake for what I'm going to make an entire cheesecake for. All right, now I'm just going to soften that up a bit with my mixer here. Really, that was just so you had something to do while I move my garbage out of the way.
That's all?
That's it, all done.
There, it's done.
That's it. No, not quite. All right, so then I'm going to add some sugar and cream that together. I'm just scraping down the sides to keep it all smooth. All right, I need 1 1/3 cups of sugar.
And we have served this to people that have no idea, and they think they're eating
real cheesecake.
Real cheesecake.
Yes, they're
yeah.
surprised that I have a piece.
Yeah, they look at you like, you can't eat this. Like, it's like, yeah.
Yep. Just lock that in place. All right, so this we need to beat together until all of the sugar is incorporated, about 2 minutes. I start out low and then work my way higher. I don't know why, but I've always done it that way. I'm sure there is some scientific reason for that. I just am not sure what it is. So a cheesecake does take a little bit of a time commitment. The mixing it up is quick and easy. Takes about an hour to bake, but then the cooling process is what takes a while. So it would take about 3 hours to set completely. This cheesecake does remain a little bit soft in the middle even after an hour of baking, and then it firms up in that cooling process to where it's sliceable. So I'll show you all that as we go. Close enough to 2 minutes, right? Just gonna scrape everything down. Next, I'm going to add some eggs. My eggs are room temperature. I've done it with, so I have farm fresh eggs. They come straight from my chickens. I wash them and put them in my cheesecake. So they are room temperature. I have used store-bought eggs, which I store in the refrigerator and put them straight from the refrigerator into my cheesecake as well. So I don't know that in this instance, the temperature of your eggs is going to make any difference. Some people swear that that's, whether a recipe succeeds or fails is if you have room temperature eggs or not. I think that it's just adding stress that doesn't need to be there. Okay, so this is 5 eggs, so that is a lot of eggs, but it is what gives the cheesecake the texture and holds it all together. So I'm gonna add one at a time and then mix them in. Now I have had cheesecakes fail because I've rushed this step. I am rather impatient. It's not a good idea to put all of the eggs in and then mix it. The texture does not hold together. So the one at a time mix between is an actual important step. I think it's a saturation factor. Like when it's raining and you get like just this deluge and everything, like you get mudslides and things fall apart. But if you get the same amount of rain over 3 weeks, everything's fine. I think it's the same kind of a thing with the eggs. I don't know, I'm making that up.
You don't want to flood the eggs.
Well, yeah, because it flood your cream cheese. It's a plausible explanation, I don't know.
An argument success.
Pretty much.
It works.
It works. It didn't work if I put them all in at once. Well, actually, I was just standing here thinking about those peaches, those fresh peaches we have in the refrigerator right now.
There's a few left over there. Mm-hmm.
It'll be a while before it cools, so
We'll eat tomorrow.
probably tomorrow. scraping down the sides of the bowl, make sure that all of my cream cheese, there we go, got mixed in there and off of the mixer blade. Oops, still need that up. Next I'm going to add sour cream. And I've used either sour cream or yogurt in this recipe, and they work interchangeably. I just happen to not be able to find yogurt and able to find sour cream. I'm using VioLife ground sour cream. So this is like a completely VioLife cheesecake.
VioLife, sponsor us, please.
No kidding, they should at this point, huh? And with the mixture going, I'm also going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and my cap is about the size of a teaspoon, so why dirty something else? Okay, once I can't see any more streaks of vanilla, I'm going to just scrape it down one more time. And I'm going to sprinkle on 1/4 of a cup of my flour blend. So again, gluten-free flour blend. All recipes are posted in the video description. Don't forget to subscribe. So for this cheesecake, I'm not using a crust. I don't really need a crust, but some ideas for crust would be the gluten-free Oreos. Just crush up probably about 2 rows of Oreos and about 1/4 of a cup of melted non-dairy butter, and then press that in the bottom of the pan. Don't need to bake it or anything first. Same gluten-free graham crackers or Nilla wafers. I've made this same recipe in a muffin tin, and I just put 1 Nilla wafer in the bottom of each muffin tin, and then fill the rest of it up with the cheesecake. Very yummy and great for like little bites if you're having like a lot of people. But like I said, no, I'm not doing a crust today, and it doesn't really need a crust. All right, that looks like it's all mixed together. I get all the goods. And then I'm just going to pour it into my ready to go pan here. So a lot of times a cheesecake requires a water bath, so you would either line this pan, the outside of this pan, with foil and set it in another pan with an inch or 2 of water and bake it in the water, or you would put another pan of water on the bottom rack in the oven while you baked your cheesecake. And the purpose of that is to prevent cracking. I don't do that with this cheesecake, and I don't know, I kind of think it gives it character. I haven't really had a problem with it cracking, so maybe if I did, I would be more conscious of that, but it's another one of those, it's another step that I just don't really think I need to do, and it makes cheesecake a little more intimidating than it needs to be. Okay, so all that ready to go into the oven. I'm preheated to 400 degrees. Cheesecake's gonna go in for about an hour. Ready to go. All right, I'm gonna clean up my mess and see you in about an hour. It's been an hour and my timer just went off, and I'm ready to pull my cheesecake out of the oven.
Lip bubble.
Yeah, so this cheesecake is not completely set. It's still wiggly in the middle, but it does firm up as it cools. All right, set that there. Set that there for a minute to close up my oven. This has got to go into the refrigerator to cool. Unfortunately, this is a step that I cannot rush. I have to be patient and wait. So about 3 hours in the refrigerator, and then we'll take off the outer ring and open up the cheesecake and see. I will do my best to be patient and wait it out and see you when it's ready. All right, here's my cheesecake. It's been in the refrigerator for, well, probably about 4 hours because I kind of got sidetracked doing other things. But as you can see, it is definitely set now. See, no wiggle in there at all. So I'm ready to unveil it. Take my sides off. And then I'm just gonna peel back my parchment paper. This can be a little tricky just because it likes to wrinkle and kind of fill in. Oh, and of course I let it fold over, so now it's all. Yeah. Again, one of those times where I have to have patience. Smooth and creamy dairy-free cheesecake. Mm-hmm. You want a bite?
Yeah.
Goodbye.